The new Vanguard familiar Valentine actually looks very interesting, and he actually kind of looks very broken and good. So today we're going to talk about him and also kind of talk about the release and some good news in a little bit. So let's get started. Now, just so you guys know, I am planning on doing some giveaways when Update 9 releases, some unit giveaways when Update 9 releases. So if you want to be part of that, then don't forget to click that like and subscribe button right now. Our goal is to eventually get to 100k subscribers. Without further ado, let's move on to today's video. Okay, so I just went 600 plus something on this unit, which is actually disappointing. There are some units that I know that I made a video before talking about how you shouldn't really be what they call this rolling unless you are going to pity. But sometimes, you know, I didn't do the right decision here. And this is the perfect example of that, by the way. Really do pick who you're gonna reroll, because I went 600 on Valentine, 600 like 65 something or 25, and that just sucks because instead of, you know, saving up for anniversary and rerolling on actually meta units, because while Valentine is most likely going to be meta, he is not going to be better than the Update 9 units. Thank God, though, that I have Robux and I am just gonna buy the bundles in Update 9, which, by the way, from what I've heard from the devs, is going to be the best bundles in Anime Vanguards. They're going to be giga juiced. What that means is it's gonna be very broken. The bundles in Update 9 are gonna be very broken, and I'm just gonna buy all of them. Yeah, I'm pay to win. I'm sorry. And I'm really sad that I actually rerolled on him. Is he worth getting a Monarch on? I would say roll like 200 rerolls on him. Just try to get like 200 rerolls on him. And if you don't get anything within 200 rerolls, just stop. Because anything past 200 rerolls is actually not very, very worth it on this character. Especially since Update 9 is going to release eventually. Anything past 200 rerolls on Valentine is just not worth it. Because even though he is good, don't get me wrong, and we're going to talk about that later, he's just not going to be better than Broly or Sukuna or some of the other units in the game, especially not the Update 9 units that are going to be releasing, which are going to be very broken. Alright, so here is the video with Valentine. So they're talking about him right here. They're kind of showing him. So the thing with Valentine, and I'm going to talk about Valentine. Actually, I'm going to talk about Valentine right now. A lot of people right now did not like this Vanguard familiar, and I want to talk about this, right? The reason why I think so many people did not like the Vanguard familiar is because the Valentine update, the JJBA update where Valentine was in, was actually just so bad. It was dog water. And the quest for him is actually very, very difficult. He has an annoying quest, and for some people it might actually be bugged. It's actually just very annoying. That quest is very annoying, and I would have actually already went to pity on Valentine if he had a easier quest, or if his quest was less annoying. But his quest is actually just annoying, and since he's such an old unit, there's really not that much, like, you know, motivation to finish it. He's not a new unit. We already kind of know what he's gonna do, and there's not a lot of motivation to do it. And yeah, that's why people dislike, in a sense, this Vanguard familiar. But like I mentioned, this unit is likely going to be like one of the best Vanguard familiars. He gains 700% more damage. If this unit is sold while a clone is active, swaps spots with the nearest clone. Takedowns now count for a gift from the other side passive, so he kind of has a teleport capability. Uncaps available clones, which means he has infinite clones from This Is Another Me. Generates one use of This Is Another Me every 10 seconds, and clones now take the range of the original. So basically, he gains a clone every 10 seconds, and also every couple of takedowns he gains clones. And the clones last for 20 seconds, and I believe they have 20% of his damage. So technically, for 20 seconds, you can spam those clones. You could get like 50, 100 clones. You can spam them all, and you could do insane amounts of damage to bosses. But the problem here, and the weakness of this, is Valentine's first AoE is actually just dog water. And that is the AoE that the clones will be getting. So he's not really going to be as broken as you guys think. And the clones only last for, again, only about 20 seconds. So it's not really as broken as you think. Now, you might say it's broken for Gilgamesh. Sorry, it's broken for Yuhaba and Griffith, but no, it's not broken for them because it doesn't work for Yuhaba and Griffith, right? This Vanguard familiar is scripted to not work for Yuhaba and for Griffith, so he's not going to work for those characters. that means even though he's technically really good, he is not really you know, a must-have in my opinion. So we're just gonna give him some stats right here, and we're just gonna place him down right here. Like yes, at the end. So this is like his base AoE, and this is actually the AoE that the clones will have. Now, the clones will actually be able to now gain his range, which is going to be higher with the Vanguard familiar as well. So, yeah, let's take a look at his max upgrade. Okay, so this is his max upgrade, and that's the AoE of his max upgrade, which is very nice. And if you do the math here, plus 700% damage is going to be really good for Valentine. He's going to do a lot of DPS already. Also, speaking of Valentine, his, what do you call this? His cost is actually not that bad from what I'm seeing. He only costs about 105,000 to max out, just not too bad. That's actually relatively reasonable. But again, a lot of his strength or a lot of his kit will come from that clone thingy. So right here, we'll actually spawn some clones here as well. So it's gonna be kind of like this, right? So it's gonna be very cool. He has a clone, but they do last for only 20 seconds. So it's really OP in theory, and actually really nice as well. But again, 20 seconds is not as long of a time frame as you guys might think. But it is still incredibly overpowered. But he requires a lot of micromanagement. Like you actually need to be managing this unit. Like, you know, you need to be placing this down like that. So, you know, every time he loses clones because they go away after 20 seconds, you need to be placing this. And imagine if you have like 100 of these, right? Let's say you have 100 clones. You'll need to be placing 100 clones every time that or however many clones you're going to be placing down every time the clones disappear. So it's genuinely not as overpowered as a lot of people are making out to be. A lot of people see infinite DPS and think, wow, that's so broken. It is, right? It is very broken. But it's not as broken as you guys think. But it is actually very broken, enough to where I would say that Valentine is probably the second best Vanguard familiar, and he's probably going to be upper meta. But the problem here is that he has some, you know, drawbacks, right? The clones are not like super powerful. There are some drawbacks to it, and again, you will need to get Monarch on this unit for him to be really overpowered. That's how it is for most units. But the problem here is Valentine is only really good if you have Monarch. And the problem with that, like I mentioned in the beginning, is that update 9 is likely around the corner. So if update 9 is around the corner, well, that means essentially that if you spend your rerolls on him right now and go past 200 rerolls, let's say you go to pity on him, you're losing rerolls for potentially even more overpowered characters in update 9, which, by the way, there will be 100% way more overpowered characters than this character in update 9. So my advice, if you really want him, roll 100 rerolls on him. If you don't get anything, just farm his Vanguard familiar quest line for rerolls, and, you know, use that for update 9, because otherwise, honestly, I don't think it's really worth going to pity for this unit unless you really want to. And yeah, if I were you, I would just save for update 9. Don't be like me, who spent like 600 rerolls. I should have just only spent 200 and be done with it. That was my mistake. But again, I have the you know, opportunity to just buy the bundles next update if I wanted to. Some of you guys might not have that opportunity, so again, be very careful with this. That's gonna be it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.